I want to show you a couple of quick things that can help you to give a better roadmap presentation, especially when you're talking to external customers. So if you have your deck, here it is. You can plot it out in now, next, and later. This is a common way that people do roadmaps. Basically, what are you working on now? What's in the next, like, let's say, month or two, and then what's further out? So if you take your deck and you plot it against those three swim lanes, you end up with something like this. And you can use this to understand the way that your narrative and your story is going to unfold. So you might have, here's the first thing that we're working on, here's where it goes in that product area, and now in product area 2, here's the short term, midterm, and long term initiatives. And so a good story here looks like a staircase, and over time, your entire presentation probably resembles like a sawtooth pattern, right? Very jagged. And that helps you make sure that everything that you're showing people is grounded in something that they're familiar with today, and they can connect with your ultimate vision. So let's talk about the two pitfalls that you should watch for as you're building your story with your roadmap. So the first one is where you skip anything that's in the short-term roadmap and you go straight to your long-term roadmap. So this can happen when you have stuff that you're excited about in the future, but you kind of like jump to chapter 5 and you skip the first few chapters of the book. And sometimes that works out well, but a lot of times you're talking to customers who know your product and you need to connect that story to what they're at today before you bring them along all of this fantastic, bright future. Pitfall number 2 happens like this. This is where you have a good short-term roadmap. You can say what you're working on now, but then when it gets to talk about what's happening next, you kind of make a big leap. So all of a sudden you're going from right now to 6 months to a year in the future. And while it's important to include those long-term roadmap goals, without that middle step, you can lose the thread, and it can be really hard to tell a cohesive story if everything is suddenly going from right now to jetpacks in the future. And that's it. Hope it helps.